How many games do you think there are on PSVR 2? Well, there are currently over 350 titles available, which can make it extremely hard to find what you're looking for. Everybody talks about Gran Turismo 7, No Man's Sky, Hitman, and the Resident Evils, as they should, but today I wanted to do something just a little bit different and talk about some games that I think go criminally underappreciated. So whether they're just not talked about enough or deserve to have way more people playing them, today we're sharing our top and most underrated games on PSVR 2. Now let's begin. Zombieland Headshot Fever got kind of overlooked at a jam-packed launch of over 40 titles, but this highly enhanced remaster plays a lot like a comedic House of the Dead game, and it gets even better the more you play. It's designed for fast-paced arcade shooting, building up major combos, shooting lots of TP, and even features weapon unlocks and upgrades, giving it a little bit of progression. It's all the things you love about classic light gun arcade shooters, but adapts some more modern features that make it extremely fun, addictive, and replayable. You hear about Beat Saber, you hear about Pistol Whip, but you don't hear much about the other best VR rhythm game on the platform, Synth Riders. It's such a perfect fit for PSVR 2 with the colors popping on the OLED screen and precise haptics with the shapes of the orbs. The literal mapping makes it so much fun to dance to certain lyrics, and the thing that makes it truly stick out are the tailor-made experiences that take you on a visual journey through some of music's biggest hits. If you're not into Beat Saber, then between the music and the movements, this is likely exactly what you're looking for. HUBRIS was pretty well received when it launched, but it still doesn't get the credit it deserves for just how stunning it is, how well it is aged, as well as how impressive it executes its deep variety of high-level interactions and haptics across its campaign. Everything just feels so intuitive, from the swimming to the platforming and shooting, and I think it delivers an overall high-quality game as well as VR showcase without sacrificing a complete gaming experience. Regardless, HUBRIS is usually on sale for dirt cheap, and I cannot recommend it enough. Yes, it may have had its heyday late last gen, but it still shocks me how Zenith The Last City completely failed to launch on next-gen headsets. It's literally the only MMO action RPG on the platform, has a massive open world to explore, deep stat-based skill sets to unlock, and fun and intuitive action RPG combo systems. Having spent 260 hours in it myself, I can understand how it can eventually run out of endgame content, but for some reason it seems like many didn't even give it a chance to get to that point. If you're into open world action RPGs, then I highly recommend just giving it a shot. The Light Brigade got its flowers slightly after launch, but it seems to quickly disappear after getting mentioned, and I just can't have that on my watch. It blends dark fantasy and World War II style weapons with an amazing art style, incredible atmospheric sound design, and deep progression that can be leveled up through the main campaign. But even better are the procedurally generated sun runs. This is where the game truly shines. It's a surreal-like world with interesting themes of light versus dark, an almost crusader-like journey it takes you on, and you can spend dozens and dozens of hours unlocking different classes and upgrades.
Venice, Italy. Felt like I was back on square one.
Despite having a 10-hour single-player narrative-driven campaign, stealth and action mechanics adapted from Dishonored and Assassin's Creed series, and giving you the ultimate vampiric powers, Vampire the Masquerade Justice simply wasn't given any, and that changes here. Besides having super awesome VRAF mechanics like being able to feast on the blood of bad guys with functioning headset rumble, the other abilities like spawning a demonic arm from the ground to drag them to hell might be one of my favorite moves ever. It's big and you absolutely need to add it to your library.
I'll make things very uncomfortable for you.
I have tried everything in my power for years to tell everybody how amazing Song in the Smoke is, but alas, it continues to go overlooked and underappreciated. Luckily, that's not going to discourage me from continuing to jump up and down about its greatness. From a studio with some legendary team members, the Rekindled edition on PSVR2 even went above and beyond adding a free jump option as well as 90 native frames per second. This prehistoric survival game features the best VRAF crafting mechanics, dozens of dangerous wildlife creatures including battling dinosaurs with clubs and arrows, massive areas from frozen forests to tundras, and by the way, it's a full-length 15+ hour campaign. It's such an immersive escape, you'll feel like you're actually living out in the wild. Inspired by late 80s dark anime, Runner is a high-octane, retro-inspired motorcycle shooter, and it's a travesty how overlooked it gets due to people either not feeling the art style or being put off by its early learning curve. But the more you play, the more unstoppable you become, and it has some of the most insane boss fights for each stage. Like I said, it can be a little challenging at first, as you have to balance driving, shooting, and dodging, but I cannot stress enough how much it is worth sticking with because there are some absolutely unforgettable action-packed moments and several awesome robot enemies and bosses to take down. This is an absolute hidden VR classic.
Demonic overspill, Hell's Burden.
Even though they've drastically turned things around after a rough launch, it still cannot be overstated what this high-octane action demon-slaying roguelite achieves from a technical gameplay perspective. The easiest way to describe Hellsweeper VR's combat is Devil May Cry meets The Matrix, and even after beating literally hundreds of other VR games, I've never seen any other game come close to its blistering fast mix of guns, melee weapons, and magic. Plus, you get a pretty sweet-ass wolf too. Jump in, do backflips, cut demons in half, and experience a deep level of progression that makes the gameplay feel drastically different as you level up. Alright guys, have you played any of these games? If you've got a favorite PSVR2 sleeper hit I didn't cover, let me know in the comments down below and show them some love. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.